To me, this is the funnest part of my job, is to continue to push the needle to find that next level of innovation. And part of that is taking the turtlewax heritage and continuing it into the future. Turtlewax has always had some great innovation. We really needed to go next generation for us, and also in developing this with the latest technology, not only in ceramic and graphene, as you see that where we're moving. And we needed a platform that helped us globally take that. And that's where the hybrid solutions line came in. It was really important to us that this line represents the future.
So the hybrid solutions line has really elevated car care, and you can really tell that Turtlewax has listened to their consumers and really launched products that their consumers are asking for. I'm Jimbo. I host the Auto Detailing Podcast and YouTube channel. We're here today for the start of the 2022 Turtlewax product launches.
The theme of this launch is around our fans, those who love the brand, those who have asked and requested. We tried to prioritize that, and we also felt that we had the best technology to bring to market at the moment.
We have the technology, we have the wherewithal to develop these high-end products, and then all of a sudden it was a matter of what do consumers need? What are the type of products that help them to do a job correctly, but also save them time and give them extremely high durability, protection, and shine, which is relatively quick and easy.
And today we're going to be doing a full detail top to bottom on this car right here, showcasing the new 2022 Turtlewax new releases, starting with the Hyper Foam wheel cleaner and tire prep. As you can see, our project car has been through everything from harsh rainstorms to mud puddles, proving to be the ideal subject to test the all-new products. Today, we'll be showing you a step-by-step guide on how to get your car from complete mess to showroom fresh. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to pressure wash and pre-rinse the tire to make sure we remove any loose dirt and debris.
Our Hyperfoam wheel cleaner and tire prep does a very good job of removing that bonded contaminants. We have built into the formula an iron remover, so it actually helps to reduce or remove that iron contaminant from the rotors and the brake pads to get the wheel cleaned down to the barrel of the wheel.
I'm going to spray it on the tire, making sure I get an even, nice coverage over the whole tire and the rim.
The other advantage of the product, it actually has a keep clean additive. So once you use it, it leaves a barrier behind to make future wheel cleaning a lot easier. The other part was the tire. So the point of coming up with this Hybrid Solutions Hyper Foam product was to get deep into the rubber and remove those bonded or deeply embedded contaminants so your tire sidewall looks as black as possible.
But then we also want to prep the tire so that when we go to put on a tire shine, it adheres properly, which makes the tire shine last longer, makes your tire look cleaner, just makes it look all around better. So you can already see that foam has already started to turn brown, and it's really pulling out all that brownness, all the junk, all the debris outside the tire. And that's what I love about it, is you can see the instant reaction. For a better value, Turtlewax also offers Hyperfoam in a gallon concentrate version that you can dilute up to 2-to-1. So we're going to scrub the tire to help that product work in even more. Really make sure it does its job, so we'll get the tire a few times. And look at that foam. It's just, they weren't kidding when they said Hyperfoam. Then we're going to take a bigger brush to get into the barrels of the rims to make sure it's all clean back there. You can see that foam reactivate, so if you think the foam's going away, you can kind of just reactivate that foam. Now that we've got it cleaned and scrubbed out, we're going to rinse away all the cleaner debris and reveal the nice clean rim. For those of you at home that may not have a pressure washer, you can use your garden hose and you're still going to get the same great results. So now that we handled the dirtiest part of the car with the rims and the tires, we're moving on to the second dirtiest part of the car. And for that, we're gonna use HybridSolutions Pro Pure Wash. And just like we did with the rims and the tires, we're gonna start with a pre-rinse to loosen up and get off any loose debris and dirt.
This is one that actually came out of from our auto enthusiasts. They said we wanted a wash that either preserved waxes and sealants that we previously applied, or we want a wash that does a little bit more, that basically cleans and preps our car for the type of detailing that we want to do.
So that's what I love about Pure Wash, is it foams incredibly well. It's a huge foamer. When we talk about creating scratches, or rather eliminating scratches and swirls in your car, the less you could touch it, the better. And what I realized with the Pure Wash is you could really foam the car, and you don't really have to touch it as much because you're letting the soap break down all the dirt and grime on the car. And this is one of the craziest things about it, is it does this, it really effectively cleans the car, but it doesn't break down any of the protection on the car. So whether you have the Paste Wax or To The Max Wax or any of the other turtlewax suite of products, it's not breaking down that protection on the car. So it's really cool because you could put it in, if you're more of a bucket wash person with your 2 buckets, you can do it that way and it still foams great, or you can put it in a garden hose foam cannon or a pressure washer foam cannon. Kind of any way you want to use it, it's incredibly effective and efficient.
So the whole idea was to develop a very nice product that was provided a very slick foaming car wash that actually removed the soils, that was easy to apply either by hand or produced rich billowing foam on the car through a foam cannon to give you the work time and the latitude you needed to get all the exterior surfaces clean.
So once you foam cannon the car and or use your wash mitts to thoroughly wash it, you can then do your final rinse to rinse away all the suds. Next up, we have the Rapid Decon all wheel and iron remover. Of course, this can be used on the rims, and for today, we're gonna be using it on the paintwork as well. This is a fast-acting, acid-free, color-changing formula that safely eliminates contaminants, brake dust, iron particles on the wheels and on the paint surfaces. So a lot of times, especially on white cars, you can kind of see these like yellow, black, and gray dots. And everyone asks, or my customers used to always ask, like, how do I get those out of my paint, or what are those? And those are, they're on all color cars, but you could just see them more on white color cars. But they're little contaminants that kind of pit themselves into your car that don't come off with normal washing. And so the Iron Decon is great because it's a way to kind of exfoliate your car's paint and kind of grab all those contaminants out of it.
Well, when it comes to iron contaminants, first of all, think about where it's coming from. A lot of times it's coming off your brakes and rotors. It also could be coming from trucks that you're driving behind. And what really happens is if you leave the iron contaminants on the car, they will actually turn to rust, and they'll turn like that orange color and stain like a white finish. You may think your wheel's clean, but it isn't until you use this product. So you'll be able to see what you left behind. It's called a reduction reaction. It reduces rust back to a soluble iron that color changes and makes it easier to remove off the wheel without actually damaging the wheel, because rust can be a very abrasive, so if you try to rub it, you could actually do some damage to the wheel. The HybridSolutions Pro Rapid Decon technologies include something we call a scent lock. The problem is a lot of the chemistries that are used to remove iron have a very high hydrogen sulfide, rotten egg type of smell. And if you're using the product over and over, you kind of get tired of the smell. So now you have a product that not only is very efficacious, but doesn't have that rotten egg smell. It is going to find a lot of satisfied consumers that are looking for that more quicker reaction time, that more instant, faster cleaning. It's going to meet their needs.
One of the coolest features about the Pure Wash is you can actually use it as a clay lubricant. So simply foam up the car and then use your clay medium of choice, whether that's a clay mitt, a clay dowel, or a traditional clay bar. So after we've washed the car, we've decontaminated it, we've clayed it, it's time to get into the paint polishing portion of the detail. So for that, we're gonna tape off all the sensitive edges of the car and then reach over for the hybridsolutions Pro one and done compound with the matching yellow pad and the orange pad. So after doing a test spot, it was determined that we're definitely gonna need 2 steps on this paint polishing process. So we're gonna start with the yellow pad and then follow up with the orange pad. One of the things that makes the hybridsolutions Pro one and done compound so special is you really only need one liquid, and you can switch up the pads depending on what result you're trying to achieve. So if you need a really heavy cut, you may reach for a heavy cut pad. And if you just need a light polish or trying to finish out the paint to get that extra gloss and depth in the paint, you can reach for a finishing pad. So we used the yellow pad with the one and done compound to really attack those deeper scratches. Now we switched up to the orange pad, still using the one and done compound to kind of finish it out and polish it out. One and done compound is so easy to use. It has a ton of work time. So what does that mean? It's not dusting up on me. It's not caking up. The product isn't drying out. It's giving me plenty of time to work the paint and to remove all those defects. As you can see side by side, one and done has transformed this car's paint from abused to looking brand new. With the one and done compound, you can achieve near perfect results with one compound and a couple different buffing pads. So now that we have the paint totally corrected, we're gonna start protecting the paint. And for that, we're gonna start with the new ceramic and graphene infused paste wax. So paste wax in my world is for a very specific customer that's really looking to get like the ultimate gloss out of the car. Just they want like super duper shine. And so that's where the paste wax comes in.
When we did a new formula, we wanted it to be off the charts. 10 waxes combined with the latest in graphene ceramic technology. We really wanted to give a luxurious formula to those consumers that really love paste wax.
We actually came out with a patented process in which we can actually take graphene and get it into its single layer platelets to create that tighter web of protection at the atomic level. Normally after you apply a product and you buff it out on your car, whether you're using a hand or machine, you're creating static charges, and those static charges attract dust and dirt. But with our graphene technology in this paste wax, it helped to retard that attraction of dust by helping to dissipate those charges. The other thing that we saw, it's thermally conducting. Thermal conductivity means it dissipates the heat more uniformly across the finish of a car. So when it comes to, let's say, having your car sit out in the sun, you're going to get hot spots on that certain parts of the car. It helps to radiate that heat out more uniformly, so there's less stresses to the paint that's on your car.
It goes on super smooth, comes off really smooth, and leaves the finish really silky smooth as well. So if you prefer a liquid wax or you're more of a liquid wax person, turtlewax also has you covered with that tighter web of protection with to the max wax. So we laid down the paste wax for that ultimate gloss, and we're topping it with flex wax for that increased durability. So to finish off the exterior of this detail, we're gonna put the cherry on top with the new Graphene Acrylic Tire Shine. It's a tire shine spray coating that I love because it's layerable, durable, and lasts for months. It's one of my favorite products, to be honest, and I love it because I'm a huge tire shine guy. I just love shiny tires. It's kind of the icing on the cake for me. I love it.
But we now needed a tire shine to go on top of that nice clean tire that A, didn't sling, lasted a long time, and did not turn your tire sidewalls brown or result in your tire sidewalls turning brown after driving through inclement weather. So we addressed it by giving the consumer a longer lasting tire shine that kept its look.
Yeah, it was cool. It was one of the first times I was using it. They were like, oh, you can clean the tire. And I'm like, what, really? And it is shinier? And I thought the tire shine was doling out a little bit, but after I foamed my car and actually cleaned it a little bit, the shine kind of restored and it looked like I had just applied the tire shine.
Graphene had a tendency to help eliminate static charges and also provided some dust repellency to the surface. So your car not only stayed cleaner longer, but it also didn't attract the dust and dirt that common tire dressings would normally do. So when you use our tire dressing and after you let it dry for a few minutes and you touch it, it's going to be dry to the touch. It's not going to be that oily, sticky thing. So when you drive off it, you're going to have the confidence that if you go on a dusty road, the wheels and tires are going to turn brown from all the dust that it picks up. So it's a drier coating that keeps its look a lot longer.
Moving on to the interior of the car, once we've vacuumed, we're going to reach for the turtlewax Power Out Fresh Clean to tackle the built-up dirt and debris on the floor mats. And as a bonus, it also deodorizes the whole interior. And after we've used the new cleaner and disinfectant on the car's high-touch areas, it's time to move on to one of my personal favorites, the Mist Interior Detailer and Mist Leather Cleaner.
When we choose a Flairosol trigger, there is a reason for it. It's just not for pizzazz, it's for functionality. We have found that when we have incorporated certain Flairosol triggers, that they actually complement the chemistry and actually improve cleaning.
So for the nav screen and the buttons around them, we're gonna reach for the Mist Interior Detailer. Because this is in the Flairosol bottle, it helps get an even, nice coverage without putting down too much product. So we really wanted to add some extra conditioning and protection to the leather, and for that, we reached for the Leather Mist because it does just that, and it uses the Flairosol delivery system, so you don't have to worry about highs and lows when you're applying the product because it delivers a nice, even spray.
Glass is what we developed next. Again, we really look at where that bottle and the technology combined really make a difference and give you the best premium experience possible.
The Flairosol delivers a very efficient amount of cleaner, not too much, but enough to cover the entire surface area of the glass that you're cleaning. That allows the chemistry to adequately grab onto the soils, so when you wipe it away, there's not so much liquid that you're smearing onto the glass. The chemistry does its job, it quickly grabs on the soils, wipes and evaporates very quickly, so you get that streak-free appearance to your glass, both inside and out.
Introducing the all-new hybridsolutions Ceramic Plus Graphene Inside Job. So in interiors, you usually have all different types of materials. You have vinyl, plastic, leather, sometimes clear-coated wood grain, and you have all these different materials, and that really makes the car interior hard to clean because you're not sure if you should have like different cleaners for each one, but not with Inside Job. You can have one product that does and cleans all this, especially if you have grease stains on those high-touch areas. Inside Job is going to be the product for you.
But we also want to be able to condition some of the softer plastics and leathers to make sure that they stay soft, that they don't become brittle, and they don't crack. The graphene gave us the dust repellency, but it also helped repel a lot of fingerprints that you would normally experience on touchscreens or on door handles, where some of those oils from your hand can leave a lot of greasy surfaces.
So UV protection's super important, especially if you have leather interior. Last thing you want to worry about is the sun damaging it, fading it, making it kind of crack prematurely. So having a product with UV protection in it is going to extend the life of your leather. And it also has odor eliminating chemistry. So if you have kids like I do, or a dog, right, that brings in, could be another foul odor brought in, right? It has odor eliminating technology as well. With the interior wrapped up, it's time to stand back and admire the results. And that concludes the transformation detail with the all-new 2022 turtlewax products. As you can see, from the interior to the rims and tires to the paintwork, all these products work phenomenally, and they can't wait for you to try them out too.